Do you even remember that we used to ride horses, we used to ride bulls, we used to make carts out of them, we used to make, vehicles out of them. We mostly used horses and bulls, horse cart, bull carts, and all those things to get to places. And if you can see that, we can pay some money to ride them in a specific track that they are provided to us for that money, and for the time that we are bought with that money. They have a special track for us to ride those things. Keep that things aside, keep the thought aside, and hear me now. They are giving us electric vehicles, and the WEF, the World Economic Forum, have confirmed that in 6 to 10 years, or within 6 to 10 years, we will be completely replacing all the engine cars and the petrol diesel cars. Why? And where will these petrol diesel cars will be going? A new market for the petrol diesel cars will be opening, like how the track for the horses have been opened. See, if you want to ride horses, you have to give money and buy the time for that money, and they will be providing us a track to ride the horse. And the same will happen with the petrol and diesel cars. We'll be paying money for a time, and they will be providing us a track to ride the petrol and diesel cars, the engine cars. And let's hear what they have to explain to replace engine cars. So it's mainly about the climate change and all those climate change that is happening around the world. And they say that the ozone layer have a hole in those things. Okay, fine. Remember, we used to cut trees, and they told us too much cutting trees have led to increasing the carbon dioxide and have led a hole in the ozone layer. That might be right, and let that be right, because that's too logical. Because trees produce oxygen, and when you cut out trees, we will only have less oxygen. So the amount of carbon dioxide might increase, and the global warming and hole in the ozone layer might happen. That have a chance. That's logical. But let's look at the statistics that have provided to us. In the ozone atmosphere, how much percentage of carbon dioxide is present? It's 74% of nitrogen and 20 something percentage of oxygen. And carbon dioxide, it's 0.04 percentage. Okay, fine. That might be 0.04 percentage, might be creating a hole, or might be a damage to the ozone layer. Okay, fine. So out of the 0.04 percentage, how much percentage are we responsible? That is man-made. In that 0.0 percentage, only 11% is man-made. Okay, the rest 89% might be natural or some second order consequence. It might be natural and slightly man-made. 89%. And 11% are fully man-made. Okay, fine. So the 11% is being controlled by getting us an EV. Okay, we're all becoming nature activists, and we're helping the ozone, we're helping the world. Okay, fine. What cause does this have? If you can think about it, what cause does it have? If you go back to a post that is posted by World Economic Forum in the 2016 or 2017, you can see that in 2013, 30, it's not 13, it's 30, 2030, 2030, you will be owning nothing and you will still be happy. See, with this EV thing, you will be, of course, you'll be having a cool life because you're such a dork to not make any sound and go through the roads. Like, oh, there's traffic and there's autopilot mode. I will sit like this and the car will automatically get me to places. Fuck, man, you look exactly like a dork. You are a dork and you don't want to make the sound. Are you a thief or what, dummy? And let's get to the logical point. As you are a dork, as I've said this earlier, you are a dork and you will be riding all those EV cars, and at 1 or 2 years you will get an update that there is something, an AI, that will be controlling you. That will be controlling the car. It will be, it's fully safe and for your precautions and all those things. They will be installing these things inside your car and you will be living safe. Okay, fine. As you are a dork, you will allow them to install those things inside your car. And the problem is here, as I've said this example in the previous videos. Your wife might be having a emergency pregnant situation, so now you have to ride fast above the speed limit. Imagine a cop had pulled you over for speeding. What would you be saying? My wife is pregnant, I have to get to the hospital as fast as possible. Okay, the cop is human, the cop has emotions, the cop have understanding your situations. He'll allow you to ride fast, to go above the speed limit, because there is humanity, there works in emotions. What happens with a robot? You'll explain to a robot what is reproduction, what is pregnancy, what is an emergency situation, and the robot have nothing inside its head, something called the emotional decision-making ability. So now this robot doesn't understand anything. I pull you over and your wife is struggling in pregnant pain and you're such a dork sitting there and allowed some other people to install some AI shit inside your car and you are suffering now. See? This is becoming a big problem and I don't know if you're realizing these things or not. These people are slowly eating our brain like a parasite. And the people who are growing up, the kids who are growing up, are specifically decision fatigue and so dumb to live in this world. And they don't understand what is going on, they don't understand what is the real thing, they don't understand what and how to do things. I mean, most of them, I'm not telling every single people, but generally this is the case. So if you have understood me, if you have got my point, explain to the people who want to understand, not to the dummies, not to the idiots who would refuse to understand and just blame you and the people like me. Because the people, the idiots, will be saying something off the topic. I've recently encountered an idiot where when I said something when I've been discussing about the LGBT and those stuffs, he just, told me about the gender gaps, salary things. Some, you know, what I've asked is something about the interview. And what you replied me is with some question that is completely out of what I have asked. That doesn't have any relationship with what I've asked. And I don't want my followers to be dumb, shit, or stupid of any sort, because we are critical thinkers, we are creative people, we can do anything that we have thought inside our head. Because we have the ability, we are masculine, we are not decision fatigue and dumb like the people around us. So now you know these things. So now you have to act accordingly. You know this EV stuff is going to ruin you, and the electronic stuff is going to ruin you. Imagine that you are overspeeding and even there is no cop. As in this situation, when there is no cop, you are in an emergency situation. Imagine your mom is struggling inside in a home and she just called you for an emergency thing, and you have to speed up and go as fast as possible to get to your mother inside your home. So you definitely have to speed up. Because this is an emergency situation. And inside your car there is an AI that will instantly stop when instantly turn your car off when you speed up. See, these things doesn't have any emotions. These things will just ruin you if they are allowed to take control over us. Will completely ruin you. And I'll exactly tell about the CDBC stuffs. The currency, the digital currency. That is a dumbest move the government can be doing. I'll tell you, they will establish or execute some tire stuffs, and our currency will be categorized into these tires, and out of these tires we can only spend those money in a specific places. Imagine in Taiwan, you can only spend money in a state called Kerala, and from Taiwan, you can spend money only in a state called Tamil Nadu. So, if you have money in Taiwan and you are staying in Kerala, there's no use, completely no use. And if they have convinced you that this is easy, because who's the idiot? Because who's the dumb guy? You. It's you. So don't be dumb. Don't be an idiot. And now act accordingly. Because you know this. Stay out.